everyone, and
Hi.
if you were here before, you saw the part 1 of this. We are back in the same exact place. I mean, it's been 30 seconds since we ended the last one. Part 1 was already posted. Part 1 was answering your assumptions from Instagram and trying weasel poo blue-out coffee. Taste testing. So if you want to know what we think about coffee made from beans digested by weasels, go watch part 1. I am still working on my vegan, raw, sugar-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free donut. And Andy is on his 3rd sweet from a convenience store. If you guys want to know what I think about this donut, that'll be in the next video. Alright, so this part 2 is going to be answering just assumptions from YouTube. They're a little longer, they might require a little more talking. That's why we broke this up into 2 videos. So let's start. Assumption. I assume Andy is working in some textile job. Not textile, tech, space, style.
Yeah, but both were really good guess. I was working
Textile
for
or textile.
textiles.
That's true.
Stuff. And then
Previously, for 2 years,
Yeah.
you were in international relations for textile companies.
now I'm working for textile.
Now you do work. That was a very cleverly worded.
But it's true.
It's, yeah.
So I'm dealing with the software. Good guesser.
In a flash, Andy was recruited by someone from his home province to join that guy's tech company. And what they do is they sell software to companies. So Andy deals with licensing and selling software. So yeah, I guess you could say, well, he is in a textile job. I assume Andy is pretty modern when it comes to traditional Korean values, and that is one of the reasons you guys get along so well as a couple.
Okay, I'm basically traditional person because I like to be organized and I'm like on-time person. I prefer to follow the rules. So I feel like that personality makes me feel I'm a very traditional person.
The way you interact with your world is traditional.
It's like traditional.
It's how you were raised, how you were taught to be.
But my brain works. I want to be more non-traditional person because I think creatively. Yeah, my brain and my body works different way.
The way you think is very modern. Even though you don't necessarily go out in your everyday life and act like the super modern.
That's right.
Rachel, you have mentioned that when, God willing, you have kids, you want to raise them in America, so you have the support of your family. I assume that on top of that, you and Andy don't want to raise children in the oppressive Korean school system.
I never support Korean education system. So yeah, I want to raise our kids, at least not here.
At least not here. That's a good answer. At least not here. That assumption is 100% true because I believe the Korean education system does not allow children to have childhoods. When Andy was in elementary school, he would stay there until 10 o'clock at night. That's not letting a kid be a kid. That's letting a kid be a brainwashed machine. So I don't want my kid to go through that. I want my kid to come home from school and go outside and dig in the dirt like I did and have their own thoughts by themselves and grow up creatively. So, yeah. Also, mixed children aren't as accepted or seen. Like, it's not normal yet in Korean schools to have mixed children. It's becoming more common.
And I feel like the kids are not used to seeing, like, how do I say?
A mixed kid.
A mixed,
yeah.
like very weird. They think it's weird.
Yeah.
And they bully them.
Me being an English teacher now, we get new kids every week. I've met hundreds of kids. Twice have there been mixed kids. There was one Black Korean girl who didn't know English at all. She only knew Korean, which I thought was interesting. And one, I think she was French Korean. She also didn't know English at all, only Korean. And they seemed to be accepted by their classmates fine. But I also have a friend back in America who was Korean American, and they moved back as a family to Korea when he was in middle school, and he has scars on his hands from how kids would beat him up. Granted, that was like 10 years ago now. Maybe kids have gotten much better. But a mixed kid is much more common in America than in Korea. And they would probably get beat up way less. Hopefully not at all. I assume Andy hasn't dated much before you two have been together.
That's not true.
That assumption is as opposite as it could get.
Can I say I was like womanizer?
Okay, you were a child womanizer. You started dating in 6th grade. I didn't have my first kiss until I was 16. 6th grade. From 5th grade?
6th grade.
Yeah, from 6th grade.
So I am very sure I had girlfriends, at least 6. What?
When you're 12, it's not a real girlfriend. You had girlfriends. But you started that game pretty soon.
Yeah, so I might say like 60 times more than Rachel.
You have 60 times more experience than me?
More experience, and even I had longer relationship.
My max, for like the 3 exes in a row before Andy, we got to 4 months and it was done. 4 months was like my evil magic number. So not only have you dated more than me, you've dated girls longer than I've ever dated boys at one time.
You're my last.
Oh. This is a question, not an assumption. It's okay, we'll accept it. Will you try to teach your future kids Korean and English?
Of course.
Of course.
It's more competitive.
I want them to be trilingual. If they hate it, that's fine, but when they're little, I want to put them in either Spanish or Chinese. If they take to one, excellent.
So, I think our kids will be trilingual.
Yeah.
Because my sister is an expert. She's kind of native Chinese.
Yeah.
So we have native English and Chinese and Korean.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would love to put
our kids will be talented.
Because I think trilingual brains are capable of so much more than like monolingual brains. Like people I know that can speak 3 languages are so much smarter than me. So I want to get their brains developed nice and early. If they get to like age 10 and they're like, Mom, Dad, I hate Chinese, I would rather walk in the traffic than take another Chinese class, fine.
But the kids are like sponge, so they absorb every word.
At least when they're little.
So
English, Korean, maybe Chinese.
They build up their language.
It'll help their brain develop.
Before they understand about the language system.
Yeah.
So we need to build up.
Language is fascinating in terms of children learning languages, how children learn languages, when they learn languages. So yeah, they will definitely at least know both Korean and English. I assume you and Andy have similar tastes regarding food, movies, etc.
Yeah, I agree with that. We have very similar taste and thought.
It's like 70-30.
Yeah.
We usually have similar tastes and things.
Yeah, in terms of food or like hobbies.
The only thing is that you like to watch darker movies than me.
Yes,
you're
serious movie.
Only really interested in crime thrillers. So similar tastes, but very different hobbies.
You're right.
But it's not very different. My hobby right now is YouTube, unless you guys join me and support me on Patreon and help me become a full-time member of this beautiful establishment. Unless I become a full-time YouTuber, YouTube is my hobby. I love video editing. I edit things on Photoshop for fun. Like I will take a picture of us and like when I'm bored at work, I'm Photoshopping things. So that's the Adobe Creative Suite is my hobby.
And she laughs a lot while she's editing the video.
I love editing!
And then I was like, what's wrong? What happened? And then she, I just editing my videos. My hobby is watching game, like someone playing the game, and I like to play the game too. So
but we both like to play games.
Basically.
We're getting a PlayStation soon. The decision has been made. This has been an ongoing topic of discussion for months now.
It'll be fun.
We are getting a PlayStation, and we're going to be playing games soon. We do like very different music. Yeah. Not very different. Like we both are really into the Korean R&B scene, but outside of that, very different.
We have different tastes.
We like different Korean R&B though. Like, I want to read this. There's a hip-hop music festival coming up. Listen to this lineup. Because day 1 is my day. Day 2 is your day. Day 1 is Zico, Crush, Dean, DPR Live, Penomeko. Day 2 is Benzino, Essence, BY, Changmo, Super B, Kid Millie, Just This. So basically, day 2 is your
mine,
style.
except Kid Milling.
Except we don't. Neither of us really like Kid Milling. But day 2 is like your style. Day 1 is my style. But at least we still enjoy R&B. Outside of R&B, I kind of can't stand your music. Like I think you listen to like Chris Daughtry. I can't stand him. All right, enough with that question. Let's move on. I assume when you have a disagreement or argument, Andy tends to sulk quietly for a while, whereas Rachel will immediately raise the issue and want to talk it through.
I do that a lot, so I feel guilty.
When we met, you were so pessimistic.
Yeah, right.
You're much better now, but you still sulk.
Whenever my brain thinks I don't. Okay, Andy, you don't have to do like that, but my body just do that, and then I feel bad and guilty.
But the thing is, I notice, and the assumption is right in the fact that I will bring it up immediately and force us to talk about it, even if you really don't want to talk or you think it's insignificant and you would rather forget about it. I want to talk about it until I fully understand what you're thinking and what went wrong and where. So yeah, that assumption's true. I assume that you both share quite traditional values. I think this is extremely subjective and extremely vague.
Yeah.
And traditional values means different things to my American brain versus his Korean brain. Mm-hmm. Back home in America, if you were to say I had traditional values, I would say nope, because basically my motto in life is mind your own business and just let people be people. So I don't care if you're whatever. I mean, I'm totally in support of trans issues, LGBTQ plus A plus issues. Like I'm very liberal in a political sense, in a social sense, but like in the home, I'm more traditional. Other people can do what other people want to do, what works for them, but in my home, I am more okay with like traditional gender roles. Like you doing some things and me doing some things, I'm okay with that. I grew up in a traditional family, like, okay, you're home from work, you're home from school, everyone's going to sit down at the dinner table at the same time, we're all gonna eat together. No matter what your mood is, what happened to you during the day, we're all eating together at the table. I grew up in a family where there was no divorce. In America, divorce is really common. So my family kind of became a traditional family, like it's what the tradition used to be. So socially, not very traditional, but in the home, I am more comfortable with traditional values, yes.
Okay, so I've grown up in an environment like that.
Like a traditional environment?
I don't know.
So you've changed a bit. You grew up in a traditional environment.
I'm being changed.
But now, since you've moved to Seoul, you're thinking a little differently.
Yes.
Yeah. I assume that you're both a happy, loving, normal couple. That's true!
We are?
Yeah.
Look at our little sweet home.
Yeah, we totally rearranged the furniture for like 2 hours this morning, right?
Yeah.
Because we're getting a couch
I'm
soon.
so happy we rearranged our home.
Yeah, it's much more functional now.
It looks so organized now.
Yeah. This is our last assumption. It is Andy seems reserved, but is quite outgoing, and Rachel seems outgoing, but is more reserved. Hit the nail on the head. I would say that's absolutely true. But it's different in America versus Korea. How I act, obviously, it depends on the country. I would say I am quiet, but not shy. Like I can be in a room full of people I know and like not talking really or engaging. But if you ask me a question, I'm going to be casual, I'm going to be blunt, I'm going to say what's on my mind. So, and I think sometimes that surprises people that don't know me too well yet. I don't have a lot of airs when you get to know me. Like I have a filter for new people in my life, but if we're kind of familiar, that air goes away and I'm just going to talk to you like how I talk to anyone I'm kind of casual with. So I'm quiet but not shy. But in Korea, I am definitely more reserved, and that's because I'm not comfortable with the language yet. I understand a lot more than I can speak. So even if I know what someone is saying, I oftentimes won't respond to them because I get really scared to speak in Korean. And then Andy does seem quiet on camera, but if you watch him, you are so good at talking to people.
You know, okay, here's the thing. I don't hesitate to speak someone else, like, even though he's a stranger. Even in taxi rides, you're always talking to the taxi driver. When I took Ubers, I would be like upset if they tried to talk to me. I just wanted to sit there in silence. But you will like always talk to the taxi driver. You're always talking to people. Okay, so basically I don't like silence.
I'm like, really comfortable with silence.
I am gonna be nervous when it's very quiet and silent. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is an accurate assumption. Good observational skills, or just guessing if that was a blind guess. That was pretty good. Alright guys, so that was it for our assumptions video. Hopefully you found some good little nuggets out of it if you were just looking for more information on us as people, or you were coming here with your own assumptions that you wanted confirmed or denied, or it was just entertainment for you. I have to meet a friend for dinner. Well, I have to leave to meet a friend for dinner in 3 minutes. Our coffees are cold but delicious. We've been filming for a while, our snacks are gone. But we loved this. I love this. I love knowing what you guys think about me. And we love talking about these kinds of things. Like, we talk about this stuff even when we're not on camera. We will see you guys next time. Next time, it's a little vlog. We left Seoul for a bit, a little bit of a day trip. And it was our first failed day trip. Our first time we went out and did something and did not have a good time.
You're right.
So, it's not the most positive video, but it is something new for us. Failure is new for us. So, catch that next time. Thank you guys so much for watching this time. If you want to support me and see me go full-time here on YouTube, please join my Patreon. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!